pink bunny that I named Fuzzy Wuzzy Buzzy Nuzzy.
Stay, hey, make yourself at home here. Make yourself at home every day. Love to have you here. Right here. Stay.
Go ahead and kick this off. Rakeless, I have known you for, I want to say over a year now. It's been over a year. We've had a great adventure of just getting to know each other, hanging out, feeling our vibes and whatnot. And for a lot of other people may have known you a lot longer. They were in the chat just screaming "Ree" and something about blowjob time rage. I see you there, Lucario. I'm gonna try to put this together as a quick synopsis of your character. You have a heart bigger than most. When you care about something, you don't hold back. There's no brake pedal. You go all in. Like, if there's something you like and interest in, you dive headfirst. I remember when there was the thing going on with the Mr. Beast and saving the trees, and it's how hard you went, to get the word out on there. And also, you're true. You're honest. If I need someone just to be real, that's you. You have no problem holding back on there. You know yourself. You know where you lie, and you don't apologize for that. This is my quick synopsis of Rakeless and who she is. I am extremely proud of you. Love seeing you. Love being around you. And you bring that energy. Rakeless 2020, y'all.
Dabs, woo.
So let's go ahead and start off on a nice, simple question. And that is, how was your day today? The day that we're starting this.
Fucking awful.
What? Okay, well, like I said, honest. What happened?
I got, not really much actually happened. To clean the house, did all that shit, got ready to have him come over. He hung up with me on Discord. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get my headset set up, because it sometimes takes like 10 to 20 minutes for it to turn on due to like inactivity. Turns out my entire headset is fucked up, so fuck that, fuck life, and fuck everybody on Vive, because like they wanted to charge me $270 to replace it.
I swear that's going to be a conversation.
That's only for the headset. They wanted to charge me $30 to repair the link box, so they wanted to charge me the equivalent to what I paid for the actual headset, $300 minus shipping and handling. So they wanted to charge me the price of an entire new headset to repair a headset.
And just tell me, give me a quick feel. How does that make you feel right now?
Zavion, if I had a knife in my hands right now, you would get stabbed, sir.
Well, okay, that's a really good answer to that statement. So let's dive in. Let's get to know you a little bit better here. So, Rakeless, I'm just gonna throw a scenario at you. Just tell me what you think. You get put on.
I have an idea though.
Okay, you can jump in. This is your G2K. Take a shot. Well, I got my nice custom mug right here. I can do that. Okay, if you're in the chat, feel free to join in.
Oh, you didn't count down for once.
No, I didn't. I'm prepared. I know you. If I would start counting, you're already holding the damn cup to your mouth. All right, here we go.
Listen here. You're right.
If you got the chance, you get to be on an island, but you don't get to have any way of escaping. You only get to take 3 items with you. What are those 3 items you need to have with you on this stay on the island?
A literal fuck ton of weed.
That's good.
A bunch of like vodka, because it doesn't go bad, and
it sounds like you're trying to make this week go by fast.
Oh, it's only for a week?
Yes, only a week. You're just trapped on the island for a week.
Oh, I wasn't I wasn't fully paying attention. Okay, so a pound of weed.
Okay.
A pound of weed, like, a Nebuchadnezzar full of vodka, which is the biggest legal sale of liquor. It is 6 gallons.
Okay.
Right?
That'll serve you for the first 3 days.
No, 6 gallons would last me a week.
Okay.
Easily. And then, I'm trying to think of a food that I'd want, but you know what? Yeah, a whole cow worth of steak. Like
Steak. Okay.
Like, I could, if it's an island, I can find fruits and vegetables and shit in the forest. I can get tinder and leaves to make fire. I can make shelter out of the trees. I can make myself a hammock to be off the ground and avoid predators at night. My only concern would be, like, mosquitoes and shit, but smoke keeps them away. The same for, like, predators and things that could eat me in the middle of the night. So I'm set on that accord. I don't really care about getting cold because, you know what, fuck it. Whatever. So what I'm hearing is I'm getting a private island vacation with no laws.
Pretty much. Private island vacation. That's or for some people that could be a nightmare. You only get to spend the time with yourself, but you get to have a pound of weed. You get to have lots of vodka, and you're gonna be enjoying some steak. So you know, I can see some people probably with what's called that a vacation. I think you turned that negative into a positive real quick. Getting onto that note here. So let's say you have the chance to create your own bar, the Rakeless, steakhouse. What would be like the number one most expensive item on the list? I know you can cook.
You're not wrong. So the Rakeless Steakhouse, I'd call it the Rake House, number 1. And number 2, the most expensive item on the menu would be...
Give me a name and everything. Give me the full theme.
I have a full menu from a restaurant I wanted to open. Give me like 2 seconds. Like, I used to want to own my own restaurant. If I could find the Amino app on my phone, that'd be great.
We can come back to that if you like.
Maybe.
So it's the Rake House, which Rakeless
the
place
most expensive
snack?
item would be curry stuffed steak.
Curry stuffed steak. Now that's a mixture I haven't heard of.
Yeah, so you get yourself a nice slab from the beef shoulder, a very tender, juicy piece of meat. It's similar to Wagyu, but 10 times cheaper because it's not off the ass. And you make sure it's like 2 inches thick, enough that you could hold your entire hand by it and still have a little bit coming off the top. You cut it open, or like in the center, all the way down to where you're almost poking it out. Open it up.
Take notes, y'all.
And shove curry stuff in there, you know? You make sure it's nice and spicy, put some cheese in there, put a lot of butter on the inside so it sears the inside of the meat. Then you use the butcher's twine, sew the meat back together and sear it, pop it in the oven for like 10 minutes on low. And once you cut into it, you just got this explosion of amalgamations of flavors. It's spicy, it's savory, it's soft and chewy, and it's honestly just the best thing I've ever made.
All right. So next question I want to throw at you. I'm just going to zoom in so the chat can really see you. I think I had this set for Crozie's avatar, which is a few times bigger, so this way the stream can really see you. just a few times bigger. All right, so here we go.
Oh, and that would be like $20 for because of the ingredients.
That's a steal. That's a really good deal. I'll buy 12 of those. All right, so right now, tell me with Jinbei close by, what is the one thing that is an ultimate turnoff for Rakeless? That way he can take notes.
Turn off?
Turn off.
Oh.
Oh, this
waiting
takes
for
time.
the cricket noises because I have to. Being tickled. I hate it.
Being tickled. Okay, that may encourage Jinbei. I was always thinking, like, okay, now I know what to do when she pisses me off. Okay, so getting to know that. Okay, so your time in VR chat, you remember when you started, right?
Yes.
Tell me, what was the hook for you? What was it that made you feel like, okay, I got to come back to this, and then come back again, and then again and again and again?
Watching YouTubers play it because it looked fun.
Was there a particular YouTuber you were following at the time?
I don't really know how to answer that because it kind of just popped up in my recommended feed on YouTube one day where they were just talking, drinking, and relaxing together and laughing at each other and doing eye cancer memes. And I'm like, oh, that looks fun. That looks like an entertaining time. And when I finally got on, I was still living with my ex-husband at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And his computer could barely run it, so I had to deal with a lot of lag. This is back in early 2018 when they still had green usernames for everybody, including your friends, no safety settings. You could adjust your height and do all of this other shit back and forth. And yeah, you couldn't even hide avatars back
Yeah, it
then.
was VR chat unfiltered.
Yeah. And the thing that made me keep coming back is because originally I started the game as a mute for my first day, back when you could still sign up with a Steam account and not make avatars. So my first account was a Steam account. You actually met me on my first account.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made this one when I was told, look, it doesn't matter how many hours you have on it, you're gonna have to make a new account on the actual website. The thing that got me to come back indefinitely, though, was the amount of people that I just met, enjoyed having, around me. Like, fucking you, Koldu, Hobo Killer. I had a bunch of friends that I met that would do this. I can't demonstrate it, but they would sit knee to knee, and there's 4 of them, and then they just rock back and forth, like with their hands above their lap, just bouncing up and down. It was the best thing ever. Meeting a bunch of unique people, being able to communicate with people around the fucking world. That's cool. That's awesome. That's what's kept me coming back.
From the chat too, let's throw this out there. Sly Snake says when you were talking about games earlier, he was saying it's probably Hey I'm B or Swagger Souls. We did a few videos in VR
It was
chat.
definitely B. It was definitely B.
I wonder if she was the inspiration for wanting that full body.
Oh no, I've just wanted full body because my actual first day in VR chat, I was roaming around the world, and I got a lap dance from Glue, and I'm like, okay, I need this. I need VR.
Okay, so congratulations, you got the air out a little bit. So,
did you not see my suggestion?
I did, and I've already taken it. That was my glass right there.
Did it not work?
I took my drink. I'm staying nicely lubricated, and I can't even say that 'cause that's gonna sound dirty. Speaking of sounding dirty, let's say you have the advantage of having This could be advantage or disadvantage. I'm just curious where this answer is going to go. You have the advantage. You're going to have your own con, your own table, and you get to invite 30 people free of charge for you to join you on this. But you can only choose either male or female. Which
Not
gender?
both?
Not both. You have to choose.
Like convention cons, or I'm starting my own underground drug ring con?
You're doing your own version of what was that one con that came out? I cannot think of her name. It was on YouTube. It was a disaster, but yours would work. I cannot think of her name.
MomoCon? No, not MomoCon.
Rakeless Con. Rakeless Con.
Is it like? Well, why not just call it conless? Dab.
Okay, there you go. Conless in the future. Conless. Stick up for that. So, what would it be?
bet.
Would you have like a bunch of girls just kind of jiving with you and enjoying time, or would it be a bunch of guys with you all hanging out having fun?
Is it like a convention where we have a gathering of a multitude of people, or am I just like the boss of a bunch of people?
You're the boss. You get to host the event.
Oh, definitely men then.
Oh, okay. How to get that?
Because let's be honest, you've seen me. Everybody's seen me. I'm a tiny bitch. You see a tiny bitch in charge of a bunch of burly ass motherfuckers, you're just gonna be like, I don't want to fuck with her. I don't know how she's bossing all these men around, but she tiny, they huge. I don't want to fuck with that. I'm good.
I can see that being very entertaining or setting up for a very memeable photo. But just throwing it out there. Hey, Dorito, how you doing?
Human throne.
All right, so getting into some more questions here. So, from your time being in the military, tell me what is the most enjoyable thing you've done when you was in the military, and just period, something that you could sell people alone, or just like you get to do this. What would that moment be for you? Yes, TanaCon, that's what it
You
was
get to
called.
fuck your coworkers.
Yeah. She's not wrong there.
You get to fuck your coworkers, and honestly, it's nothing like the movies. 90% of your time, well, okay, let's put it this way. It's 40% is gonna be training and drills. 40% is gonna be downtime where you're just doing whatever, and 10%, not even, like 1% will be actual combat unless you're frontline. Then it's still very low. The odds of you actually firing a bullet in a military career are, unless it's for training.
It definitely, yeah. When you were in, what was your job? What did you do?
Med desk.
Med desk. Oh, if you were in a call next to me when I was in, because I was dental, we would have been in the same building. Medical, the very fun part of military. Which means you deploy, you don't even get a gun, depending on the situation.
Oh yeah.
With that, any like notable moments that like there's of course basic training. You go in there, you finish your AIT and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
So, best thing I'd ever seen happen is we were in the mess hall just bullshitting around while waiting for food to get served, or waiting for the next, I can't remember, but when they refreshed what they had.
Yeah, they changed out all the stuff. It's like
one
it's
of them
kitchen.
had this thing that's called an air blaster, which is just a garbage can thing with a bit of rubber that you can stretch and let go of, right? Okay, so you know what's gonna happen with a bunch of recruits.
With
And the answer
fidget
is yes,
spinners
you can
involved in
launch
this.
a fart 110 miles across the room at your sergeant with them.
So I was gonna say, was fidget spinners
oh God,
involved?
I got it in my mouth.
Okay, was that? Okay, we're good.
He got
good.
fart juice in his mouth from all the way across the tent.
Were you ever deployed?
No, I didn't get to do that. I was essentially stuck in training, and then before I could go past AT, they found out that I had the degenerative disc disease, so they wouldn't let me continue training.
Ah, definitely happened. Now,
Yeah, I was wanting to be med desk and help my fellow deployed, but it just wasn't in the cards for me.
I see the Mental Squad blowing up the chat a bit there. Keeping it very interesting there. So what was the moment you started getting into streaming? You just thought, you saw a lot of people doing it, you just wanted to jump in, or was there like something else that was the calling for Rakeless?
Huh. You know what? I'm gonna be fucking honest with you. The thing that got me into streaming was to spite my ex-husband.
Oh, love you too, Demented.
He didn't believe that I could make it and that I could succeed in it, so I wanted to prove him wrong. Like, I wanted to be able to shove my cock in his face and be like, this is what I did. You tried to shut me down, and you, sir, can go fuck yourself.
Going on the X on there, is there any like notable things that people should know, like, not to do? When I have a list from X's in the past of just, a warning signs, just like stay the way signs. You know what I mean?
Emotional manipulation. If they are hiding something from you, they're gonna make sure they have a way to make you feel bad for them and about yourself. So what he would do is, whenever he would be texting another girl or messaging her on Discord or Facebook or anything, he'd go out to Walmart and get me something, or get me a little bit of weed, or he'd buy me some alcohol, just to, keep me relying on him. And first I was like, cool, I don't really think anything of it. Then he started asking for my account passwords, which, we're in a relationship, we're engaged. You should have my information anyway. You should know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So I gave him that information, and he didn't return the favor, so I'm automatically sus as fuck. Then whenever I would try to lay down next to him while he was on his phone, he'd immediately lock it and place it face down on his stomach. So I'm like, okay, you hiding something.
I can imagine a long time with that is just a bit much.
Yeah. Married and divorced in less than 6 months. I agree. Let's do it.
All right, pick up your glass and grab your no, forget that last part.
Already done.
The Nightlock says new game called Call of Rakeless. That could work. I still like the what's it, the rake shop, the rake house. Rake house.
Rake house.
So that's an idea for the future.
How about Rake of Duty or Rake? Oh no, that could be serious copyright.
No, you can do that.
Call of Rakeless, I love it.
Here we go. I'm looking at Lucario. He says, "Take your pants and grab your zipper." Oh no!
Listen,
2020 is all about strippers.
I know I have a shitty mic right now. It's because of what. Let me try something.
Your mic isn't that bad, honestly.
How's that? Is that better?
You're fine. Don't worry. Don't be so conscientious about the microphone. You are good. Everybody can hear you.
I know. I just hate the fact that my fucking headset's out right now. And, ooh, back to your very first question. I would have been fine if he had just been like, yeah, you tried this. If there's no power getting to it, you're probably gonna need repaired. It given me a quote automatically. No, he kept treating me like I was fucking retarded the entire time. Not reading my replies, just suggesting solutions that I'd already tried.
So this sounds like a person, and I don't want to stay on this topic for too long, but it sounds like a person who just thinks that they're smarter than you in every way, and they're just.
Oh yeah, you want to
treating
know
you-
what's funny?
Yeah.
You'll never guess his fucking name.
Well, you know what? Throw the full name out, but what would his first name be?
Fabricio.
Fabricio? Fabricio. Fabricio. Yeah, that's far from Thor. Doesn't have quite the
Fabricio.
Fabricio.
I feel like it's a fucking shitty romance novel name. Oh, Fabricio.
No, I was
You
thinking
were
like the
turning
air
into a
fresheners
horse.
or whatever, like you know, they're Fabricio. There's a discovery.
Fabricio.
The night like was yeah, he was on the same note. Fabricio, smell like Fabricio. Smells rusty and there's some overtones of farts in there. Okay, getting off that note. So I remember back in the day.
Yeah.
It was from one of your streams. You had some books in the back, and then like some romantic novels. Do you have a favorite author?
Books?
Then again, it was very blurry, but there were some books, as I remember. If I am off, you just let me know. Like, nope, there was no books. I do not read that.
I don't ever think that I had books in the background, but my favorite author is Stephen King.
Ooh. Is there a novel that's in mind when you think of Stephen King?
The Dark Tower series.
Dark Tower series. Okay. Anything special
There's
about
4
it?
different books.
Maybe give me just a quick
what I've
little
always
synopsis.
liked about him is he makes multiple stories tie into one from dozens of different perspectives. So chapter 1 is gonna be from maybe the main character, then chapter 2 is gonna be from their friend, 3 is from their father, and they tie all of these characters' perspectives into one from individual perspectives, so you can live out this story as if you're seeing it from third person view without because if let's take literotica for example.
Okay.
9 times out of 10 it's he and she, or they, them, their. But what Stephen King does is he specifically names them like Catherine, Karen, Joseph, Claudia. He gives each character names and uses their stories to tie. It's just, I love it. If you really want to know a short one that you can read by him that'll show you how to get addicted, you need to read Pet Sematary. The movie does not do the book justice.
I agree that. I'll definitely agree with that. Throwing another question is gonna change the tone a little bit. So to a positive one. Tell me right now, in your car, what genre of music are you playing, or were you playing?
In my car.
Yeah. What do you normally like? You know, you're driving up.
I don't have a car.
Okay, if you had one. If you had one.
You should know me well enough to know that it varies on my mood, but I've been on Atomic Donald kick lately because his song I Hate Hip Hop is fucking on point.
I think I had that linked in my server too. I was listening to that.
Yeah.
It's definitely
I'm pretty certain that I
there.
sent it to you one day.
Yeah.
It's I Hate Hip Hop. The whole culture is cancer. They'd kill their mama for some clout and a chain. How dare you call me a rapper when these rappers have nothing left to say? Something about something. All these rappers putting kids in their grave.
Yes, I think that even has a video out there too. I don't know. I had to fact check that, but I think I even seen the video, but I'm not sure if it's the same song.
It is. I sent you the music video.
Yeah, and that's it. Then that's definitely it. So, someone who's never met you before, they get the chance to meet Rakeless. What is something you would like them to know about you before you even start a conversation? Hey D, how you doing? Oh,
before they
it's the
started
G2K,
conversation
yeah.
with me,
Yeah, before they started conversation, there's
I'm
something.
a fucking alcoholic. And I don't deal with the woe is me bullshit.
You don't like pity parties.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ignore you if you're doing the pity me bullshit. Like, fuck that. I get that a lot of, like, everybody has the days where they get depressed, but if it's constantly boo-hoo, poor me, why doesn't anybody love me or support me or care for me when everybody's trying to support them and care for them? You know, I'm just gonna turn my back and ignore you.
Well, I can definitely.
Like, at that point,
Yeah.
it's
So-
just attention. We all get depressed and need somebody.
What is something that people
And I'm
who
done
are...
with that rant.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. I just want to make sure I keep it within the hour time frame here. So, what is something that people do not know about you that you would like them to know about you? You
Something
can do that
that
right
they-
now. They don't know about you.
They don't know that I want them to know.
Well, let's make it even spicier. Something that that they will be surprised to know about you. They wouldn't picture this from you. I can think of a few things.
I love stuffed animals.
Okay, that actually shocked me there. But no, it shouldn't shock me.
Like,
But yeah.
if I'm ever mad at you, just send me a stuffed animal and I'll be like, okay, you're forgiven.
A weakness for stuffed animals. Okay, a particular animal? Is it just bears, or is it, llamas or something else?
Anything stuffed and fluffy and squishable and that I can just bury my face into.
Just gonna throw an idea to you. You can just replace all your pillows with stuffed animals. It's a thing.
I have tried that. I don't have enough anymore. Well, I
Oh.
do. They're all in the Okay. I have a collection, and it used to be about twice as big before my mother passed away, and my family took them and moved them in. I lost track of them. I have right now about 118 different stuffed animals. I used to have 360, one for every day of the year, because my mom would get me one every month. She'd get me one at the beginning of the month, and she would change it every year, like when I would get one, except for the holidays like Easter and my birthday and Christmas. They'd all be seasonal ones. I used to have this mouse. I named him Mousy because I was so creative, but it was actually a koala, and he was just a flat pillow thing, and I would cuddle him and fall asleep when I was crying. And then I have Georgie Bear and Red Bear. I'm still glad I have those. Those are some of the first ones I had. I have one from after my heart surgery. I called him Yule because he was a Christmas bear. We have Hartley, which was a Valentine's bear. I have a pink bunny that I named Fuzzy Wuzzy Buzzy Nuzzy. God, kill me. Because it was fuzzy, and it was a bunny. And I was high off my ass on laughing gas. My first stuffed animal, my first stuffed animal that I ever got stays above my desk all day. I don't remember what I named him. I just know how much it means to me, and Journey got into it one day, and I've never felt worse about being mad at her, because she pissed herself when she saw how pissed off I was. And I still feel bad about that. But she has not made the mistake of going after anything I don't like, any of the stuffed animals I don't give her.
Well, that's how they learn. So here's another question I'm gonna throw at you. Sorry for my stuttering here. So, what is the most memorable thing you've done on a stream? Something, if it pops in your head, just name it.
Where the fuck did this shoe come from?
From the video. Oh god, that's. If you don't know that reference, I believe it's on the first What New Streamers Do. Oh yeah, that was hilarious. That was something.
That was 15 minutes of just gut-wrenching laughter because dude got too high and couldn't figure his life out. It was fucking great. Why the fuck am I so hungry? I'm gonna make some fucking pasta. This is gone for like 30 minutes.
Oh, you know what? I'd say that was probably one of my highlights. I haven't had a moment like that on any of my streams. Though I had some moments, but that one, ooh, that was a hell of interesting. Sly says, "On my ears." I see a lot of lewd going on there. Lenite Lock says, "Fuzzy Wuzzy Bunny Nuzzy sounds like Cthulhu would say." Cthulhu's getting called out in chat.
Damn.
What game does not exist now that you want to exist? What is a game that does not exist that you want to exist?
I know of a game that got like recalled that I want to come back.
Okay, I'll take that.
I want that game Hatred to actually come back and be released in the United States.
Oh yeah, the one that got popular just because of you get to murder a lot of people as the bad guy.
Yeah, I want that game. It's time for me to rise and it's time for you to die. While sticking a grenade, a fucking machete, a machine gun, an AR-14, and Glock all in the same side of his trench coat. You know, a shotgun in his pants, and none of it sticking out. I'm just like...
Okay, I'm gonna throw this next one in here. I'm like looking at my list, going back and forth. It feels like I'm running really quick. That's the reason. So, as someone who dabbles in the writing realm a little bit, tell me, what is something that your future readers should come to expect from your material? A little bit of love, romance, action.
Addictive characters, like character arcs.
So, do you like to focus on the characters for any particular reason? Is that like a mantra to a good storytelling?
Because just writing about a character that has no backstory, no premise, no history, no nothing to lead on, it's like, cool, yeah, you've got this badass bitch, she's gonna kill some zombies, but what happened to create, why did the zombie things happen? Why is she like this? Why is she alone? Why is this, that, the other? Why does she know this? It doesn't add to the enjoyment.
I think that's nice. And I think this was going to probably roll up into the last question. That will have to be very creative. So, last question. Are you ready for this, Rakeless?
Yeah. What's up?
All right. So, here we go. So, let's say, what would a perfect day in the life of Rakeless look like? Money holds no bounds. Other bounds hold no bounds. Just use your full-on imagination. What would be a perfect day in the life of Rakeless?
Getting high to start the day. Getting some coffee. Going out for breakfast. Maybe like, I don't know, French toast or something. Then going on a hike, or just going out camping or swimming at a lake. Something pretty. After that, go to lunch, have a picnic, you know? Like, have a picnic where you just went swimming, relax, still enjoying the nature, the scenery. When you go home for dinner, fucking crossfade, get drunk and get high, eat a fattening ass meal, and then just, you know, passionate night of lovemaking.
That sounds good. Now, any final words you would like to tell people who are listening right now? Like something that would, you know, maybe they just need to hear.
Suck my dick.
All right, there you go. You know, I guess I'm gonna open up for one more because I'm still seeing like 55 minutes on the time. I want to get this to a full hour. So, any questions you have for me?
What's your biggest regret in life?
Ooh, one that cuts deep. Definitely gonna just flip that one onto you too. So, biggest regret in life. In a way, I feel like I can't fully regret it because I got a lot out of it. But oddly enough, it'll be joining the military. If I knew what I knew now, I could have used that time to really spend more on just, getting to know who I was gonna be. And it was just 4 years of my life. But in the same way, that could have been 4 years of just me building up myself without having, let's say, the force of the entire government pushing me in their own direction. I felt like they were kind of making me something that I wasn't. And then in the midst of that, I kind of found out who I was. And I just spent another 3 years going, well, I'm in the wrong spot. So I guess in a way, as far as regrets go, that's not too bad, but that would be my biggest one. And for you?
Getting married.
Getting married.
Because of all the shit I had to put up with that guy.
How long were you married for?
Less than 6 months.
Oh, yeah, you did say that. At least it was only less than 6 months. That could be a good thing. I know a lot of people that they hold on to something that's already lost, and they just lose so many decades. 6 months is still a big time frame, but the good news is that it's done, it's over with. You get to live your life. You get to get back and try to pick up yourself. And after
the only
leaving
good thing that came out of that was getting Journey.
Well, that's good. At least you got Journey. All right. Well, I think. Do you have any more statements, or should we just end this G2K here and get ready for 11:30?
Just honestly, fuck what people think about you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. You know what?
I was waiting for that moment the entire
time. Like everybody
time.
says.
I was waiting for that moment the entire time because I knew that that's a big part of you. Is that something I noticed is that you are open to people being who they are, and if anything, you're intolerant is when people are fucking faking it.
Backstabbing ass bitches, man. But all I gotta say is if you don't like me, you don't like me. If somebody doesn't like somebody I know, fine. If I don't like you, I don't fucking like you.
All right, I'm gonna go out to the chat here a little bit. Hey, you guys out there, give me a question. Something that we can ask Rakeless. Something you'd like to know.
Nightlock, I'll play FNAF when I get my fucking headset fixed, or get my new headset.
Oh, that's coming out soon. That's good. Opinions on anyone in Stream Team. Ooh. That's from Lucario. Do it. So do you have any opinions on anyone on the Stream Team? In Stream Team?
Opinions on the Stream Team and my server? As long as they're doing good and making themselves happy, that's all that fucking matters. Like, I don't see a reason for them to be upset with their lives as it is. If you want to succeed as a streamer, just keep trying. I'm doing good enough on my own with the 100 some odd people that I have. Yeah.
And you're genuinely happy. You're enjoying what you're doing, and it isn't like I've seen some people who I think feel like they've made it, but now it's become a drain. It's like, oh god, I gotta go stream. Hopefully we never get to that point.
Like PewDiePie?
yeah, he's burnt out.
Man was the face of YouTube, and I don't see him on my list ever anymore. It used to, he don't even pop up, hey dude.
He still pops up for me but he's been off for a couple weeks. It's something I've noticed from that. So he's been off in La La Land enjoying something else. So, but we'll let him be him. So how about this? I'll throw
Yeah.
a suggestion here. You know Blaze, right?
Blaze.
The brawler?
Yeah. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. I was thinking about after we end this, why don't we go ahead and send him a nice little raid? Are you in for that?
Is he streaming?
Yeah, he is. Right now he is playing
hell yeah.
Splatoon 2. Sharing a
Let's
little love.
harass the mans.
Ooh, anything spicy you want him to do, or just want to just give him some love? Oh, hold on a second. I got another question from
Sing
Dorito
a
here.
bunch of questions.
Dorito said, I am curious though, what does the Rakeless think? Demented Dorito? Or does that question sound agnostic or
Egotistical.
narcissistic? Egotistical?
I'll
I
answer
skipped
yours
I skipped
after
D.
this one,
I
D.
skipped D. Oh, I did. I skipped. Okay.
Yeah, you did. I think you're great, Dorito. We all got our quirks. You're just a beautiful, kinky motherfucker like I am. And,
I can second that. And so what's in D says, if there was one thing she could get out of the entire world, what would it be and why? One thing you can get
free weed.
free weed out of the entire world. Someone give her some weed. Colorado, support her.
Like a lifetime supply of free fucking weed so I could become the white girl Snoop Dogg, dude.
So here's what we covered so far. One, you really adore being fully inebriated.
Yes.
That'll be a part of your vacation time, your off time. It will be any part of your time.
My uptime, my downtime, my me time, my hour time.
You like going outside a lot. I didn't picture for a lot of outdoor activities, but swimming was part of that. Camping was out of that. You don't mind the idea of being alone. I never really don't. But you know, you're not an introvert. You wouldn't call yourself that.
Nope. I don't like people in the real world. Like, I don't like going out to bars and shit because fuck that.
Well, I think in a way that we learned a few things, you know, and who knows what happened in the future, because there's much more coming and a lot more to do. We're gonna go ahead and send some love down Blaze the Brawler's way as we go into end this session. Thanks again, Rakeless, for doing this and just being a BAMF in general. You know,
Bamf? Oh, haha! I know what that means. Haha.
don't change a thing. What's this? It's NGL, freezing my ass out here and supporting my boy. Thank you, my man, aka Big Zaddy. And I get a Lou emoji. Oh, I'm not Lou today. I'm being tonight maybe, but for now I'm being.
I don't know if I have
I'm
any
on my
loot
best
emojis
behavior.
on this avatar. I'll just do this. There you go.
Oh, there you go. All right, and we're gonna
There's
end
your
it.
loot.
We're gonna end it off here. This will be on YouTube eventually, and eventually the iTunes. Make sure to follow that. YouTube at ZavionTV. iTunes, it'll be the ITC podcast or It Couple podcast. You can find it on Spotify. I already said iTunes, Google Play, whatever you probably listen to, it's probably there. But for now, and until next time, you guys take it easy, and I'll see you back again at 11:30 Standard Eastern Time. Boy. Yeah, I stole that one from.
So now I'm gonna go join Blazes.
And send him some love.
Oh yeah. So are you drinking till your podcast thing tonight?
I'm gonna take about a few minutes to grab some food because I'm mad hungry, like really hungry. Oh, I gotta turn the volume up so I can hear if he reacts.
Yo, Zavion, what's up, my man? Thank you for the raid, my dude. How you doing, dude?
Go get yourself some food.
Did you
Hell
do
yeah.
any podcasting today, or what?
I'm gonna go join some fuckers, cause
You know
I've been
what,
getting
man,
mad
it's
invites since we started.
I wish I could be doing your joining you in your podcasting more often. It's like I hardly even
Oh,
do
Jeff-
podcasting anymore.
He wants to
How
join
do
the
you even go
podcast.
onto VR? Let me rephrase it. It's like, which
Who?
sucks. Then.
You're like super cutting out, dude.
I just lost my
Uh-oh.
drive on my motivation to go onto VR chat. Sploot.
I couldn't hear anything because it was like
Yes, you're free to speak.
You still call me Courage? Oh yeah, because I don't think that's. You keep telling me I look like freaking that. That's weird, dude. Named Courage. Okay, let me ask you. Have you at least told Paul?
What other fans?
Oh, that feeling after you finish a stream and you get to relax a little bit and no one hears you. You're gonna talk freely.
You didn't give me any fans. No.
No fans?
Wrong girlfriend, honey.
Oh, you're talking to Jinbei. Jinbei, I wanted to ask you a question about her on there, but I was holding back.
Oh, he got that. Where was I?
Fans?
And then to you that you just wanted to make white.
Honey, you haven't given me any fucking fans. You sure shit didn't give them to me. They're still in a box somewhere. No. Get ready. They won't be waiting on us. You know.
Well, how'd you
Down
think
says that this being mildly
Rakeless.
famous.
Rakeless, how'd you think that
See?
went?
Yo, got him. Split second.
What?
How'd you think it went?
Okay, we definitely
Oh, I
won
think it
that.
went pretty fine.
Oh, shoot.
All right.